You know what? It's horrifying to imagine that a famous movie star from Louisville, Kentucky might actually be a vampire, devil worshiper, killer with a president that became very famous, who he helped get elected, who he gave acting lessons. We're dealing with real supernatural evil. It's Warner Brothers who used a story I did about finding where the devil was cast down, putting in the opening of an Exorcist movie. The beginning is what it's called, but it was a later film. And even using it with character names I created, but basing the opening on me. But in the movie, they call me I'm Anne Frank. I'm not. And when I'm writing, and in the story, she was in a Holocaust. I was in a concentration camp but had been raped, and I thought, well, that's not me. Until later, they did knock me out and rape me. They started trying to make me match her character. They really do want to make people damned. It's like fiction, but so Pazuzu possesses her. So later they sent Pazuzu here all over my land. He's all over the building out back and all over this town. That shows that the government and Warner Brothers and Disney are the devil's den. And they use these entities and devil for their weapon. That's why you see these faces and things in art in old black and white movies, just because before you and I were born, they already knew who the devil was. They already had the symbols, even before Crawley or before Hubbard, who used to, they said, actually do sacrifices and rape women and everything. His son wrote the story. It was on, he said, he even wrote a story for Hustler, and Playboy had to have women have sex and film it and watch each other on a screen for the Antichrist. Corporations were already putting 666 in media numbers. Hell was being built since probably before the first cavemen, since the Garden of Eden. And so when Clooney picked up John's story, Midnight Voices, and Andy Cohen was the only person I pitched it to. He pitched it to Clooney, and Clooney took an interest in me. At first, I blocked him out when he sent me an invite on MySpace, and my songs that I had there were "You're Just Too to Be Good to Be True," "Born Free," and another Frankie Valli song. And this group said, "Nothing you ever do will be your own." Well, all I did was say how I love Christ. I was Christian. Well, Clooney said he was atheist. I didn't know just how far this went, that you kill my family and stuff and tell me nothing I ever did would be my own. And so I see him later with monitoring Syria by satellite. They gave him the power to monitor foreign countries through Silicon Valley and stuff that John Saul puts in books. And Silicon Valley was dealing in demonic possession. Then I find out Men That Stare at Ghosts and his new movies have to do with them trying to kill me and possess me for the devil. And that, so when I tell people this, oh, writers don't do that. Oh, film people don't do that. Watch that movie about the guy that was in the Gong Show, how he worked for the CIA, but people thought he was just a movie star. Oh, yes, they do that. And they've had this coven for years, and they've plotted to conquer man for the Antichrist and raise the devil and destroy the world since the caveman days. This is not new, but it is so horrifying to see that these people have murdered, and I was the witness, because for some reason they love to torture me, and for some reason they murdered my family. I was always quiet, and this person says, "I had to remove your rose-colored glasses. You were beauty and innocence too profound was this, and I knew I would run it, and I'm not going to be satisfied till you're the devil's queen and you're in hell." So then he makes me Salma Hayek's character in Dust to Dawn, and then he puts it above this Mayan temple. I didn't know at the time there was a Mayan temple under my land. It's really hell. It's not just Mayan. Every rock you dig up has devil's faces and souls that are trapped here, and now they're really damning souls here. But when they picked up Midnight Voices, read the story. Clooney picked it up of John's, but he ended up stealing the godsend for me and using it in part 2. And some of that story was based on reality. In Midnight Voices, this demon cult eats children, and they think it's aliens sneaking in the room. They're entities. And the devil and this cult go along, same as Rosemary's Baby. And they do this in a rich society in New York and other places. And then they move on back to where they came from. And they do it through each generation. And it's hidden secretly.